People see the music videos, they see the cars, they see the lifestyle, they follow the social media, and it looks like perfection. What are the hard lessons you've learned on this journey?
People don't know that I've spent so much that never came out. You know, I never got it back.
Investment.
Yeah, investment.
Financial.
It's crazy.
You're not talking figurative.
When I came in the scene, I came with Sako there. You saw the video I shot. The videos I've been shooting since 2020. I released my first album. I had features with MT, other foreign artists. I traveled all the way to South Africa, shoot all these videos. You know, the records didn't even get the money back. You know, so it's just.
What does that feel like as a human being? Forget about the trap wave and being a brand and blah blah. As a human being, when the whole squad and entourage, everybody goes away and it's just you and you're lying on the couch. No. Oh yeah, mass now. How does it feel like as a human being?
Say any passion being here with my music now, you know, come my jada because just look at some money that you could have actually helped your family with, and then you have to go put it all on a music video, promo, or you do something else with it concerning this music, and you know, enkuya. It gets you crazy, just like a young guy coming up. You know, you are looking at doing certain things that you dreamed of
for yourself, for the people you love,
and you have all your time on this music, and it's not still working.
Speak about that a lot in your music, right? And I don't know whether to call it backlash or whether people trolling or just social media craziness, but people were like, "You're always suffering." You're always suffering. Do you feel like you are, in that regard, they misunderstand the message you're trying to put out? When you are constantly talking about your grind and the hustle and the all these things that you experience that you put in the music, and then people are like, they don't cry now, bread. Do you feel like they are not getting that there's a disconnect?
They go and still come back. Because also, you know, like we are in a country where it's not easy
for nobody.
You still wake up every day and people are still going through it. We change government every time. People are still going through it. You know, and to me, I do think about these people a lot. Like, because I can do every type of music. I can stand up and say big ass in the Lamborghini, you know. But I'm trying to feel like I want my music to make an impact. And these are even stories of my back days, you know, things I've been through, and then I've been able to gather all this courage, being able to spit it out. I'm for my own say people are relating because they have their lives in it. We are almost from the same home. Yeah. In the eyes will be home, and it's helping people. Now I wake up and I'm like, me say I'm for crowd so because somebody's relying on me to bring out a music. A bit me a healing or going through something.
What kind of story?
People will say whatever. Say me a kroya, mind you, say me ye jamanyum sin obia. Kweku mi mpemu bia me de na edru ba bi omo say me can too much. Na say kwa sack can be omo say me na me say my ama no so akoka bi. You know? My all type of music, and I feel like now I'm realizing to do certain stuff back then. Yeah. So I'm trying to power all these albums because these are beautiful stories. I don't even know about, you know. Like when Born in Hell came, Born in Hell, the second after Kweku Jesus. When it came out, people were saying, "Oh, it's like Kweku Jesus." Oh, but it was on the chart, top of the chart for how many months? It's still top 10. I have 3 albums in it. In Ghana, you know, and people have dropped music.
Yeah.
I feel I'm for a droppy album. So if I still have 3 albums, some from 2 years ago, and it's still in the top 10, it should.
Bro, what's the hustle been like? What's been keeping you busy? Talk to me.
You know, after dropping my last album, we had Revival. You know, I dropped as late as September, and then we had Revival after, and then, you know, it's been shows and up and down since. I haven't even gotten time to be in the studio, do anything, but God being so good, we've been able to drop another album, I think on the 31st of October. Walk With Me has been out doing crazy numbers. Yeah, so we've just been on the work.
One can say you are part of the faces or the face around the Ghana trap wave, right?
Right.
And it's something that's iconic because it's defining a sound, it's defining a mindset as well. putting on your own shows, challenging the narrative, not stressing about label conversations, just doing the work and just grinding to the people. What does that mean to you to be referred to as that and to be in that trap wave?
To me, it means everything to me. You know how hard it is because you've been there. You are even still doing music, I guess. So you know how hard it is to do music, to do everything, especially by yourself,
creative,
with no label. Go do shows by yourself, do everything by yourself, still come back, make an album, put it out, promote it by yourself. So it's been crazy, but the people have been very supportive. We came from nowhere. Out of nowhere, within a year or two, we've been able to drop like 5 albums already, and we are all over the place, all over the charts. So it's been a
People
great
see
thing.
the music videos, they see the cars, they see the lifestyle, they follow the social media, and it looks like perfection. What are the hard lessons you've learned on this journey?
People don't know that I've spent so much that never came out. I never got it back.
Investment.
Yeah, investment.
Financial.
Crazy.
You're not talking figurative.
When I came in the scene, I came with Sako there. You saw the video I shot. The videos I've been shooting since 2020. I released my first album. I had features with MT, other foreign artists. I traveled all the way to South Africa, shoot all these videos. The records didn't even get the money back. So it's just.
What does that feel like as a human being? Forget about the trap wave and being a brand and blah blah. As a human being, when the whole squad and Tourage, everybody goes away and it's just you and you're lying on the couch.
Bro.
Oh yeah, mass now. How does it feel like as a human being?
Say any passion being here with my music now, come because just look at some money that you could have actually helped your family with, and then you have to go put it all on a music video, promo, or you do something else with it concerning this music, and enkuya, it gets you crazy. Just like a young guy coming up, you are looking at doing certain things that you dreamed of
for yourself, for the people you love,
and you have all your time on this music, and then it's not still working.
Speak about that a lot in your music, right? And I don't know whether to call it backlash or whether people trolling or just social media craziness, but people were like, "You're always suffering. You're always suffering." Do you feel like you are in that regard? They misunderstand the message you're trying to put out when you are constantly talking about your grind and the hustle and the all these things that you experience that you put in the music, and then people are like, "They don't cry now, bre." Do you feel like they are not getting that there's a disconnect?
They go and still come back. Because also, like we are in a country where it's not easy
for nobody.
You still wake up every day and people are still going through it. We change government every time, people are still going through it. And to me, I do think about these people a lot. Like we would because I can do every type of music. I can stand up and say big ass in the Lamborghini, but I'm trying to feel like I want my music to make an impact. And these are even stories of my back days, things I've been through, and then I've been able to gather all this courage, being able to spit it out. I'm for my own say people are relating because they have their lives in it. We are almost from the same home. Yeah. In the eyes will be home, and it's helping people. Now I wake up and I'm like, Mihune say I'm for crowd so because somebody's relying on me to bring out a music, a bit me a healing or going through something.
What kind of story?
Nipa de uti biano. People will say whatever. Say me a kroya, mind you, say me ye jamanyum sin obia. Kweku mi mpemu bia me de na edru ba bi almost say me can too much. Nanze go asak kan bi almost say me say my ama no so akoka bi. My all type of music, and I feel like now I'm realizing to do certain stuff man back then. Yeah. So I'm trying to power all these albums because these are beautiful stories. It's mean down or I don't even know about, like when Born in Hell came, me Born in Hell, the second after Kweku Jesus. When it came out, people were saying, "Oh, it's like Kweku Jesus." Oh, but it was on the chart, top of the chart for how many months? It's still top 10. I have 3 albums in it in Ghana, and people have dropped music.
Yeah.
I feel
Lots
I'm
of
for
good
dropping
music, yeah.
albums. So if I still have 3 albums, some from 2 years ago, and it's still in the top 10, it should tell
How
you
did
something.
you come to understand the street language? Because I go to Accra a lot, okay? I go to Makola a lot. I go to Kantamanto a lot. And there's never a day that I go and you don't see a group of boys just jamming and singing. They are still selling, they are still doing their stuff. But you'd always hear a Kweku Smoke song when you go to town. How did you come to understand the language?
I didn't sit down to try to understand anything, you know. My life, I'm just saying it. I don't even write music. Like, these albums. I enter the studio, they play the music, and because there are things that I've been through, and there are things that I want my fingertips in it just keep coming.
Right.
Man, kind of sending it here. Maybe you might hear a line in my song, and then you feel like Akoya Kama Sempao. It's just because that is how it is. I've been through it. Obin Farma, when the person even says it to you, it feels like, oh boy.
Yeah.
But when I say it, who feel say, Akwano, what he's saying, I say he's been through it. And to me, you know, yes, I'm out of nowhere. I've been there, I've lived there, I've experienced it, and I'm just sharing it. You know?
So still talking about albums, right? A lot of artists find it difficult or like to play it safe with singles and EPs. But looking at your trajectory, you're able to drop albums and people can sing from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's not like people have like, oh, this single, there's a lead single. There's no lead single on this guy. Yes, you have so many songs on the albums, and it's not one. It's with all the albums, right? Is there an intentionality to dropping just albums? Or I just want to know the reasoning behind it, you know, and how you've been able to figure that out as well.
First, when it started, it was like me just doing music, you know. At some point in my life, everybody left. It was just me. And then a friend of mine, he's called Oji, he's in the UK now. So we were just doing music and we were dropping them. So and at that point, I had a bill to pay with some people. And I had nothing to pay it than the music. So when I dropped my first EP, that was Big Smoke. It did amazing. I was like, oh, crazy. So this music actually sells. And then I kept dropping, not knowing that people were liking it. To me, I was just dropping them. So I've grown from that point, from EP Nabi Drew album, and now if I put out a single, I feel like the people even won't get enough. Like, Ubia per album. That's why when the Walk With Me dropped, you see from 1 to 13 at that chart, you know, so because you can't pick a song out and listen. It's like a story. Uti first one, you want to go to the second one, you want to know what the third song is about, you know.
So it's like a follow through, so you can't pick one and leave the others.
Born in Hell, it tells a whole lot. You can't even take one song out of it because we free my baby. So that's how I'm not even able to drop these songs as single. Just imagine, say me drop it, do the bug says single. And to send you when it comes with an album and you see it in where even the position where it is on the album, it will make you, you know, hear the song different.
So there's an intentionality to that.
Yeah, to everything, to the arrangement of songs.
I remember reading through the comments when you dropped Walk With Me, right? And then someone said that all the songs on the album are phases that he's gone through, and he's now a sober. And sober is like the last on the album. So okay.
Tells you it's time to get serious. It's time to make millions.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
So it doesn't end there. It's time to get serious. It's time to make millions. So what if the next album I'm able to make millions, and then we are talking about it?
Yeah.
We are in trouble.
Right.
Okay. It's amazing you mentioned
Say music has liberated you. Has music given you the freedom to be, to do, and to earn?
Yeah, I'll say that. Now everything is on music. My daily life, everything, you know, it has given me the platform to express myself, share my stories, you know, tell people what I've been up to, and people still love it. And that's the crazy part about it.
Yeah.
So music has done a lot for me, you know, even more.
How do you decide whether a certain beat or a certain vibe fits your type of music? Because media, if I had money, see right now, no, as your future wife, if I had money, I would make divorce. Don't worry. You know, let's say I have an investor, they produce beats, and I bring a beat to you. How do you decide if that beat is your vibe?
First of all, you think of what you are trying to use the beat for. That's what comes into your mind. If I'm recording the beat for an album, I think of where to put it, what topic to put on it, before I come about trying to digest the beat. Now, so choosing the beat, more like a feeling,
Okay.
Serial can be able to tell more, say,
a
feeling. It depends on the vibe and what you are trying to use the beat for. And to me, I'm open for all type of beats. Just say it needs to match. Menfa kunkuru hear my album see am drop here. And yes, I mean me I want to dance, I want to mama me try me na say. But that's kind of some energetic song.
Yeah.
But my album is calm. It's beating and fall it for my album now. I wouldn't even.
One thing that I have learned from everything you're saying is that you try to keep yourself original and rooted in your originality. But you did mention that for your previous projects, you'd even travel to South Africa to go and record or shoot videos. Traveling out, speaking to other artists, especially those that are not from Ghana, has that changed your music style from the time you started till now?
I think if you travel out, more, because you see these musicians out there are doing amazing. Like you see Obia, he's not that blown, but he has everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's because of where they are and where we find ourselves. Serial will tell you the kind of streams we get when a Ghanaian listens to my song is different
It's
from
not the same as
a
an
UK
American
person listening to my song. So me, for instance, I haven't, met most of the artists because me type I me keeping me kaka. But kaka no man who know she say like there's more room for improvement. There's so many things that we're about to unlock. I haven't even gone international. Today they just dropped a song with Heady One, Small God, myself and Heady One. We are just starting. So I feel like and it's so beautiful. And a mama bomubu in some way, but a sound so a mama fella say someday we will get there.
Yeah.
I was going to
you
ask
get
what
saying.
the transition is like, from Kumasi, Accra, now Ghana on lock. And definitely everybody wants to go international, right? Do you feel like it's going to ask a version of you that you might not want to give? Because in going international, maybe people might not lock into this version of Smoke. And are you ready for that change?
I'm not trying to change too much. They say my core international being to make kind of race be too much. Yeah. You might hear a line or two in Chi and it, you might hear just the original me. How I feel like and how I take the instrumental. That's the same way I'm going to go on it. But I feel like my core international, it will also unlock certain, because there are so many. Remember I said language in any barrier be depending. Amakuta almost said so I don't know what the future has for me. I'm so well prepared and I want to go out there, explore and represent my country. Come on.
Now, talking about representing your country, a lot of conversations in Ghana feel like artists only get their flowers when they break an international barrier. But you've done a lot for the youth in terms of the kind of music, messaging that you've put out there. Do you think you've been celebrated enough so far?
I would say I'm not even waiting on somebody to celebrate me. I feel like this is the work for me. And I'm trying to do it. If it's helping somebody out there, I really want to see people. I want to see it impacting people's life. I'm not waiting for somebody, hey, Kweku Smoke na or J Awards way na. It's not even about the awards. I want to be able to make money, feed my family, be able to use some of the money, support the country where I'm from, support people, because there are people going through it. And at a point, say a man for adwene ebeba me so ne ebe celebrate me a yankopon ka obi a they will celebrate me well. I feel like I'm still coming up and there's still more to do. So and yes, they see the work, but it hasn't gotten.
That's right. Does it mean that you are never tempted to pick up a trend and follow that, because in all of this I hear a lot of authenticity, originality, I'm my person, I want to tell my story and all of that. It's doing amazing, right? But when there's a lot of things going on in the media, and is there ever a time you want to jump on it and make a song, or maybe like you're saying someone is hot, that will not be a reason for you to want to work with them? But I just want to understand how you're able to stay rooted in I do things my way. I will not do things because people want me to do it. Yeah,
because like what guarantees that it will work?
And it's a lot of audacity.
Yes.
It's a lot of audacity, because you understand this job. You know, a lot of people, a trend can come and next minute someone has dropped a song with a trend's name on it, but you don't do that. And how are you able to still do you and have all of this?
You remember, say, Kaya Etima, everybody is happy about, some are even criticizing. Nobody knew me. I brought my own stuff, say me tonyum. Metima kwa police, metima you know, and me ubia, me mpa futu, me fa futu, but still na me analyze your futu na ansamafa. And me na me drive a car, we say me crash ya, ubia be sign. Well, ubia be yodium green. Now we be crack, so me I know what I'm about. I know what I'm after. You know now, say, I don't even worry about beats. It's about the content of the music for me. I could take beat say, Suba, ye bo wa hasia, ebia, ye bo beat in a own person obey nyom. Ebia, if I was on a label wouldn't even allow me to put that song out. Yeah. But that is a slow beat, and I did amazing on it. And people are falling for it because of the content of the music. You know, to me, this is and about trend. It's about, if you know what you are about, you know where you are going, you just need to stay focused. To say we'll be able to criticize them, you see, but still, I'm still, you know, let's all get to the top and see what.
Speaking of the album, I mean, Vic Mensa and Ara the Day, that's about it, right? For features?
Yeah, that's about it.
Was that intentional? You don't like featuring?
Me per features, but these songs are like personal to me. You know, if you look at the one I did with Ara the J, Ubia kwa ba betumi damanis yo nyina sika na fadwame seme pa ba fom kwan ya jafa femme hwe mabotre ni migidie so na fa kai me. You know, it's kind of open. You know, I speak about everybody, so he can fall in it. But if you take a do the boga, how am I going to feature somebody? I'm literally talking about yourself. my uncle's story, and it's so personal to me. And I just don't bring anybody on the song just because I feel like, say, we were hating and now we, you know. Exactly. For Vic Mensa, he came to Ghana December. I think he was trying to link with us in December. And shows in Tia. And then he wrote me. And then he said, say, I should send a song. From that time, basically, October, and sending and say, you know, it is and yeah about it, and committee say, hey, we December, you know. But to me, it's not about that. It's about what the song is about and who I want to put in it. Until yes, maybe I'm a shedder now. I don't want to do features and all that.
Okay.
Before you sang about Konongo in Emre. Right, you mentioned Konongo, and I think that Blacko is another person who talks about Konongo a lot. How is the music scene in Konongo like?
Oh, to me, I've been to Konongo. And I was, you hear it was talking about an old man calling me, our advising me. Abranti ebra enye wakoma den jenatina menka wasema futuwe na se ehwa ya bisa ne amuye nyina so obi na eka na asema ahwe on na eka say o start abrabo no
Konongo galamsey ho na me free
no ntran carry e na okoye galamsey wo Konongo and oko agigi so okay. I'm just saying somebody's story as they were advising me.
Okay.
No matter how big things get in Ghana, we always take on the international conversation, right? And hip hop, all its versions, from the lyricists to the trappers to all of it, the conversation or the question still is, can Ghanaian hip-hop impact the world?
Yeah, crazy. You're about to witness this. Crazy.
Woo, now
they're like, it's going crazy, and people will not see it. I like the way Obian will say, you know, me pesa na boom. Hey, this
The
boy
shock.
really, you know. So Ghanaians can also do this. So, you know, we want all that. But
surprise.
what I want us to know is that it's very hard in Ghana for you to even hear one person. And me the Nyamians say people like, you know, Blacko came, like myself, other artists can promise. Now chatting is why busy. You barely see Nigerians on it. You know, chatting me kura 27 womb. Blacko kura 10 womb. Sako de kura 10 womb. And Nigerian. You know, I think we should pay more attention to the Ghanaian artists, because it's actually not easy. No investor, bro. Just imagine you guys helped me in my revival.
Yeah.
Everything that went on there, if Miami Botum, you know, look at the stage. That's so fucking expensive. Excuse my word.
No,
and then to the grounds. Just go and ask Good Park or saying, and how to make this money back. Do you think I'll be able to make this money back? You know? But I don't know and how we are pushing it. So Mihune says, say Ghana Sudru baby, no. They should push us. Because who say Patapampu na beje Grammy ama Ghana. You can't just focus on one artist and be like this person. Before you know, Rocky Dawini aje Grammy. After now you are going to turn back to him. You know? So I think say we will do amazing out there, but it all starts from home. Send me can maybe make on Twitter say, me amete. Say me person me feature Big Sean, Ghana and Abibia. Even Twitter people can make me. Money panel feature me. Because the socials can go crazy. Say Ghana, you need to see Smoke. No, I can't. Well, bro, who are you?
That conversation.
Exactly.
Interest,
so there's so much any artists we individuals, you know, everybody you know bit my support here, because music is a big tool. You know, I intimidate country do it, and my country be who it's actually a very big thing. The idea was here, so you pay attention to that part.
So tell us about the revival, from the idea, the conception, the hustle, the success, and the way forward for revival. So tell us about it.
You know, revival was from here. We planned it, you know, with the help of 3 Music. So I am a desewuna will be because you've all seen it. Brian Brace, some of the ladies here may refinity.
Sheena.
Yeah, they were helping us sell our drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. Cause na me who is a man for domesa. Bro, on a Wednesday, a man for domajuma mata de bio. And no more de show mo bag mune karamu. And no mobile show ni we no mo sanse sound mo no mo kwa juma. On a Wednesday, we sold out. It was crazy.
That's crazy.
You know? And to me, you know, there, I was so Sako there was on stage crying. Just imagine that.
Yeah.
Ono kwa na no ho adwi no obi oba obi an sing go no. You know, it was actually crazy. And then this year will be you know, way crazier. Come on. You better say on way too much this year. So everybody should be at revival this year. Come on.
Revival, the Kweku Smoke concert.
Ooh,
Look, bro, that day or that night, history was definitely made. You know, like from Ariano to the car show to
the
all the
way it
stars.
was packed.
It has never
Too
happened,
packed.
you know. Just see us adding all of this together. We did a car show, we did a pop-up show, we did a skating show before the main concert.
Bro, in the 2 seconds before you went on stage, what did it feel like? From the dream and the meetings we had and the brainstorming and yafa people na draw nyamani ade we be call story nina. When before you knew you were about to get on stage, that silence in your head, what was it like?
Bro, my bro, maybe go stage and now me turn tables. You know, it's this same person. Obi on you show no. Now you call no. People were still at the ground, so more gather money. I'm here na me na more. You know, me buy my accounts, me buy me sika. That time on my turntable, I didn't even know when they took me to the stage. I was just there, and Barney said, "Fuwe, I didn't have my phone. Inti minim baby ane de me kokra." I know say you be gina sorry so, but I mean I didn't cry maintenance so cause there was no time. We actually planned all of this in like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, she's saying that in Yamimpo 2-3 weeks. Inti me what honom cry no. Na me nimpo say adru me so. me bedru on ma mo say shatade we me do on ma me say Charlie friend free we normal table no why free we normal Babs the director no say Charlie mo nje na phone like what is this somebody about to go on stage selling
on the screen for those of you who are listening on radio Kafra, but for those of us who are watching and looking at the streams, what you're seeing is thousands of people at Good Park. The stage was on digital flames. The church building had the man Kweku Messiah, Kweku Jesus, Kweku Smoke himself
so no time e kwatena so no omfa anyom no ombo anyom it is ya baby amete no unim say na mete so ni na unim adekro ba me come echi ebetima abu sound ne so gba e so ade no nti just imagine
they fire we down on that
we're just enjoying the
personal problem.
I realized that during the concert there was a viral moment of a fan singing word for word. I don't know that but when you're on stage, you're performing and you look down, because I know that you people look down. I mean,
or look into the crowd.
And I could be your. I mean,